Everybody see that?
Yes.
We're all good. Okay, morning everybody. Thank you for coming on today. Sorry about the technical issues. Standard, really. But anyway, today we're going to hear about My Support Money, which is going to be super exciting. So just in terms of the session today, my name is Chris Watson and I am chair of SDS Network England. And just in terms of our agenda today, we're going to hear a little bit from Michael and Jimmy, who are very kindly joining us from the Northeast, and they're going to tell us a little bit about how they manage their support money and their sort of individual service fund arrangement. And then I think we're going to do a little bit of a question and answer session afterwards, just in case people want to ask. Is that all right with you, Michael and Jimmy? You happy with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Amazing, thank you guys. Right, so just in terms of Self-Directed Support Network, just so you know a little bit about us, it's a global movement for self-direction and human rights and citizenship. We've got nearly 1,000 members now, and that's part of Citizen Network's wider 6,500 member community. We've actually got now 12 international self-directed support hubs, sort of helping promote and share best practice around self-direction around the world. And we have in our commissioner network around 300 members, and we have just over, just got up to 71 councils now that are in the network. And the aim of the network is really to connect people who want to reform and improve the system, people with living experience, practitioners, families, and support providers, so we can improve care services for everybody. I do a little shout out to our network sponsors, because we couldn't really run the network without funding from our amazing sponsors. So please do take some time out to see what they offer. And just in terms of house rules, I think, Michael, Jimmy, do you want to do questions at the end rather than questions as you're moving through?
Yeah, that'll be fine, Chris.
Is that better for you? Yeah. Okay. So
fine.
Cool. So if people could just keep their microphones muted during the presentation, that'd be amazing. Feel free to post any questions in the chat, and I'll pick those up with Michael and Jimmy at the end. And obviously, just be respectful and supportive of all contributions. And we will also record the webinar as well. So if that's an issue, just turn off your camera, please. So. Thank you very much. Right, so I'll stop. I'll switch over to your slides now, guys. I'm going to start to record. So bear with me. Sorry, this is my Microsoft slow brain. Okay, no, we already are recording. Okay, right, there you go. Cool, right. So I'm going to hand you over to Michael and Jimmy. Just make sure that is working. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, is that showing up okay for you?
Yeah, it's fine, Chris.
Brilliant. Right. Cool. Go for it.
Next slide, Chris.
You're now introducing yourselves.
All right. I'm Jimmy and
I'm Michael. And Jim.
I sport Middlesbrough and I like to play football.
I like Hartlepool and I play football sometimes. Jim, your turn.
My name is Jimmy. I'm from Hartlepool. I didn't have the right support until I moved into a supported living home as Dimensions in March 2020. I moved into general needs housing in March 2022. I felt I didn't need 24 support. Things didn't work out and I needed to have some time in hospital in May 23. I was discharged from hospital in April 24 into supported living again, but into my own flat with Dimensions.
I am Michael. I live from Hartlepool. I moved into shared accommodation to other people in 2019, where there was 24 hours support every day. I was waiting to move into my own place and to make sure I was able to do things for myself, so that I would need support with me during the day and during the night. I moved into my own flat in Hartlepool in 2023 with Dimensions. What was the other?
To find outreach support.
Find out support. Thank you.
So I'm not Sarah, I'm Angie stepping in. So I'm the locality manager for Dimensions, and I support Michael and Jimmy and manage the staff team with them. Part of the role, we do act as brokers and we research the work with the people supporting the locality. So we pay things like Jimmy, you wanted to do personal training, didn't you? So we sorted out a personal trainer for Jimmy. And obviously we need to make sure they're paid. So we do that for finance. We use community connections, assistive technology. So you didn't want to be woke up on a morning, did you, Jim?
No.
So we used walkie-talkies, so we didn't need to pay staff to come in. We had assistive technology, just roaming, just checking when you first moved in, didn't you,
Yeah.
to see what support you wanted. Michael, you've got a buddy, haven't you?
Yeah.
So we paid by the local authority to pay commission to support Michael and Jimmy, and we support them through ISF's individual service funds.
We'll do a little bit now. Do a little bit.
For me to read it out.
It's yours, this.
Right. We had sessions with skills for people where we learned about how our support was decided. We need to understand what an ISF was. We didn't like ISF. We like my support money. ISF is a social worker talk. Basically, we couldn't understand the wrong word, so we like it in layman terms so we can understand it. And so we changed the name to my support money. So now we understand a bit better. We wanted to include our circles of support to understand my support money, time to train the family. We need to understand what good and bad support look like. We need to understand our rights, understand the Care Act, which Jimmy is learning about with Chris Watson. We need to understand budgets, and Dimensions need to give us this information in easy to understand format. We need to understand who we need to understand the decision makers are for my support money.
Well done, Jim. Well done. Look
We plan your support.
look at our diaries, look at the weekly ahead, look at what we can do for
Yes.
over service
Yourselves.
sorry. Look at we can use
The tech.
tech for instead of direct support. Look at we need support workers where we do would look at what we can afford from our pot of money. Thank you. Give me your turn.
We all get involved in our weekly plans to make sure we aren't being over supported and make choices how we can get supporters. We choose who supports us, staff our match depending on the activity. We then give this information to the 27 alongside how much things cost so we have running in total. Basically that's our 24.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah, Jim.
Yeah.
Right, Martin, Jim. This is our weekly planner. So what we have planned with friend and family who will support me, what's that about one?
Prompts. Just prompts.
Prompts. Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Basically, this is the 24-hour grid I was just mentioned before. And this is basically, we get our support money in the pot. Then we pay for our activities, the staff, and all, and whatever's left we put back into the pot for the week after. So it's quite, we know what we're doing then, you see.
That's good of you, Jim. And Jim.
We use week planners for fest and then adding different parts of the grid. And say that is the cost of the different activities and else the outcome for our support. Not everyone can understand this 24-hour grid, which is why we asking for virtual wallets for some people. Because we need virtual wallets because we don't know what's left. We know what we're spending, but we don't know how much is left in the pots. So we're getting virtual wallets. Then we know how much we've got left, so we can work from there.
We do come down with us and cook for each other each night after to use our support. Typically, that's it.
Yeah, so instead of just to live with another person as well, don't you, in a block of flats?
Yeah, block of flats.
So instead of needing 3 staff to do tea time meals, we come down with me, so that all take turns, don't you?
Yeah.
And to cook each night, don't you?
Yeah.
So they don't need 3 staff, we only need 1 between the 3, and they take turns in each staff, and we call it come down with me.
Yeah.
You want to read it?
Right. We about walkie-talkies. Michael rang through to Jimmy on the morning to get him out of bed. They save money for the staff. Have our start early when no one needs their support then. Because Michael walkie-talkie Jimmy up the means staff can start late. This means Jimmy was able to use us the money to pay for their personal training to help with his physical health.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
Chris.
you woke Jimmy up, Michael, on a morning.
Yeah.
Walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
To save paying for staff.
Yeah.
Staff could start later.
This was my lunch. Or Jimmy's.
Some of our support money pays for a taxi to get us to the theatre or music events where we can go without support. But I'm not able to save in a taxi as it's door to door. Michael's internet system travels as far as Anthony and Jimmy's flats, so they're shared, and this can help Michael get to share Jimmy's mobility car. When Jimmy was first support, he didn't want the car, so company hadn't included drivers. Dimensions pay for staff to learn to drive. Without drivers, we would have a car but not able to go anywhere.
Yeah, but now you've got your own internet now, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's one man.
That's our circle of support.
Yeah.
So do you want to explain that?
It is important we have people we trust to help us when we need it. So what it is, I've got friends, family, and my friends who I live with and share accommodation in a flat downstairs. Anthony's up the 2nd flat and Jimmy's on the 3rd floor flat. And we do tea every night, like what Andy just said and stuff, so it's really good. Thank you so much. And that's me support work and my family and stuff.
So we have monthly MDTs, don't we? With your nurse and
I'm meeting monthly with management system, managers, support, workers, community nurse, advocates to look at what's working and what's not working and then have a plan. Have reviews with social work every year to feedback from the meetings. We don't ask permission, we inform them of what we done throughout the year. People have different roles in my support. Here's my flow chart that shows who I speak to and what. Some decisions involve other people who are my friends. We have support from the skills for people to make sure everyone's voice is there and independent of dimensions.
that's Jimmy's flow chart.
Haven't seen it. Oh yeah. Oh, how we support our decision making. Jimmy's flow chart. Who do we speak to?
So you speak on your flow chart.
Yeah. Carl and Sarah, Helen and Leanne.
And then work our own roles and our own jobs.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to us. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. That was awesome. As always,
Yes.
No problem, Chris.
much appreciated. So let's see. Anybody got any specific questions? I'm just checking the chat. Don't think anything's in the chat. Is the sound okay now? Actually, sorry, there was a question.
Yeah, we can
comment
still
about
hear
echo.
you.
Okay, cool. Okay, sorry, Rachel's coming in. Hi, Rachel.
Oh, hi. I'm absolutely fantastic. Wonderful presentation. We certainly find with direct payments that using taxis and transport and those sort of things are local authorities really struggle with understanding that it's a free activity you're going to. You're going under your own steam, so you're not using support. So it's kind of yeah, so could you just explain how the local authority are supporting that really creative use of budget, giving you that freedom to use it in that way?
Can you explain it, sure?
Yeah, if you want.
But what it is, we get our pot of money off the council, and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and
Exactly. You make your outcomes, don't you?
make our outcomes. So we take, say we go to the cinema, what we do, because we get picked up at the door and get dropped off outside the building, we don't have to pay for our support
Just cheap.
support worker. So we pay for the taxi out of that
What money?
pot of money, you see. So we're saving money, and that we're trying to be creative to get as much out of it as we can.
Dependent.
Yeah.
So we all share a taxi and then go to the place and then taxi back.
It
No.
saves paying 3 staff.
And paying 3 staff at the same time, so we're saving a bit of money there as well.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Okay, I've got some questions coming in the chat for you now. So a few people saying thank you to you as well for your wonderful presentation.
No problem.
Simon Duffy's got a question for you.
Hi guys. One of the things that always impresses me when I hear you is like how much thinking you've put into trying to help other people. I'd say like be a citizen. I just wondered whether you think about whether having your own fund has helped you think about that, how you make a difference to other people, or is that just a natural thing? What do you think is what's made you so citizen focused?
Well, some of our mates can, but we not go to the football with and stuff. They haven't got a voice to speak up. So me and Michael try to help them so they can have their say, you see. But we didn't think about that at first. We just
Didn't
Just
have
that one
really,
up.
didn't we?
I think it's all the training and stuff and the work with skills for people and the Care Act training that Jimmy's been doing
Yeah,
has empowered you to do that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
To speak for the other people.
it was a little bit extra than me to me.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Welcome.
Great work.
Okay, got another question for you guys. Do you both think this support works better for you than your previous support?
Yes.
yes, definitely 100%. Because we have our say. Last time we had our say, but this, when you get your own support money, you get more say in what you want to do and what. So some stuff doesn't work, so you get back around the table and you talk about it, and then you get into the bits that are good work, and you get the ones that are bad, so you can always work around it. You see.
Work round us.
I supported Jimmy and Michael when they lived in 81 in 24-hour care, and a lot of that was shared hours. So the moving out on their own, having their own individual fund of my support money has worked loads better for them
Yeah,
and give them a better life.
because we all got our own flats now on the ends. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Helen.
Hi there. Thanks very much. Really great presentation. Really enjoyed listening to it. I'm just wondering, it seemed like a lot of what you're talking about relies on the fact that you're close to each other, that you're in the same building, you know, for the group
Yes.
that you've been talking about, and the fact that you also have friends and family who can help you decide what's best for you. how important do you think those things are? Like, say, for example, if you were just living on your own and you didn't have that support network around you, how easy do you think it would be to plan and manage the money that you've got? If you
Well,
imagine lived in the middle of nowhere.
what you do, if you can do it, you get your support worker, then you can sit down and go through the budget and pay for your activity, pay for your staff members, and then work from there and see what's left over and work from there. You see, well, it does work, so it wouldn't. You can sit down and explain it. It would work.
I think a lot
So-
of that element would be empowering the staff and training the staff in ISFs and My Support Money and the Care Act, so they can speak up for the people that they're supporting, to let them know what they are entitled to.
Thank
So
you.
it's about staff recruitment and staff training
Yeah.
and advocacy for the people who can't speak up for themselves, who haven't got family.
Yeah.
There's a lot
I
of people-
understand that.
A lot of people don't understand ISF.
No.
That's why
Yeah.
we changed the word support money.
Mm.
That's a lot
Thank
easier
you.
for them. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Right, Rachel, do you want to come back in?
Yes, I've got a question just following on from what Helen has just asked, which I think is very, very important aspect. That Angie, if I could ask yourself, but also everybody there, if you weren't living in the same flat and you weren't necessarily being all supported by Dimensions, how open would you be if, say, for instance, you had a friend with another provider that had an ISF, but you still wanted to share that taxi, you still wanted to share that support to go to an event? How open are Dimensions with supporting the people with ISFs to pool budgets with other ISF people? Have you got that flexibility as much as we have with direct payments?
I wouldn't say not at the moment until we get the virtual wallets in. I mean, I know we do support people who's got other friends that we don't, they're not supported by Dimensions, and that works. I mean, I don't manage that person, but I know it does work. It's all about the
Fantastic.
brokerage and accounts and stuff, and our finance department working with theirs, and like if they're paid one way on their taxi account and then we could pay the other way, and stuff like that would work. Rachel.
Absolutely, thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. Danny.
I just wanted to come in and say, well, it's really interesting to hear your experience, because I'm elsewhere in the northeast and they're completely not offering me an ISF, and Hartlepool was one of the areas I've been considering moving to, because I've got quite a couple of friends. I've got quite a good friendship group down there, but it's quite good to have a case study like yourself to say this is how it could work, and at the minute yeah, and come to think of it, I know you mentioned that you had an MDT quite frequently with a nurse and stuff. Is that because you've got health funding, or and is it a common way of working for you to have the MDTs? Because it was quite difficult for me to get that for me, but my locality services in my local authority are really bad at working together. So yeah.
What it is, Danny, we try and meet on a monthly basis just to get the good bits and the bad bits, you see, and we try and work with as a team, and because when you work as a team and you're only stronger, and then you get out the weakest link, you see, then you can get stronger, each person gets stronger, and that's how we try and do it.
Yeah. What about from your point of view, Angie?
It works really well, Danny. Yeah, it works really well. It keeps everyone up to date.
Is it something that came quite easy for you to request the monthly meetings?
Jimmy's got a good nurse a good community nurse, haven't you, Jim?
Oh, yeah,
That's really involved.
Yeah, very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Hartlepool's nursing community team is really, really good, Danny. I've
Yeah.
worked with them for years and they are a really good community nursing team for the people they support.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm stuck at Gateshead at the minute, so it's kind of a similar sort of social economic background, I think, but the quality is much better in terms of Hartlepool, so it's quite good. Thanks for sharing your experience.
No
Thanks,
problem,
Danny.
Daniel.
Welcome, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Okay, got another question in the chat for you guys. Does the local authority take back any money that's left over in your support fund, or do you always get to keep hold of it and use it however you would like to use it?
We spend it, don't we?
Yes, what we do, we have our money that we put in the pot. We pay for our activities, then we pay for like what the staff and then whatever's left over we put back in the pot for the week
After.
after. So we always
A week ahead.
We're always trying to be creative to get as much out of it as possible, so we can do more things with it, you see. Because I like to go to the football. Michael doesn't really like going to the match, but I go to the football and I meet my mates at the match, and then
All right.
so that's a good thing and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's brilliant.
Yeah, awesome. Karen.
Thank you. And Jimmy, Michael, thank you so much for that. You really are inspiring. You probably don't realise quite how much you are, but you really are. My support money, I love that. Individual service funds, absolutely. Social work speak, not easily understood what that means. You've just translated that into something that's so easy for everybody to understand, which is fabulous. I loved a couple of things that you really said then. You said, we don't ask permission. We tell our social worker what we've done in the last year when we do a review. And I'm interested in a couple of things. Have you ever asked to do anything that you've been told, no, you really can't spend the money on? And secondly, how do you work out with your social worker what the right amount of money is, or are you just told?
When you get what happens, you get recessed and then
You
they
get your
go
pot
from the hours done, and
Yeah.
that's how much they
and your pot and
put
Decide.
the money there, decide. So we get them put into the pot, and then just say for instance, like me and Michael went to the pool. Say we went for a game of pool at the pool hall, and the social worker said, "Oh, you used to go to the pool hall." Well, if we didn't like it, then we wouldn't have to say to the social worker the next week, "Oh, we don't like that no more. We're going to do something." We just change it, you see, because it's flexibility. So we just try and get the bad things out and get the good things out. But the social worker hasn't said anything negative about us.
No.
So I'm sure if it wasn't working, she would say something, but she hasn't said no.
So everything's been working fine.
she's pleased with everything.
Yeah.
Because our support money it's not about everybody else, it's about us, you see. We make the decisions and then go on from there.
That's true. Every week we do
Fantastic.
that. Welcome.
Yeah, amazing, guys. So you don't feel any pressure from your social worker or from the council
No,
to give money back, but
no.
you just get left to do your own thing with it completely, and they trust
Well,
you to make decisions.
As long as if we speak about them with our team, like manager Carl and Ellen and the rest, it's fine. As long as we
In reviews,
we're not going overboard and
Yeah.
stuff.
in your reviews, they come out with outcomes that they're going to work on for the following year. So the social worker's involved in all that
Yeah, true.
on the review. Yours is coming up, haven't you?
Yeah.
Review coming up.
As long as we don't go too overboard, Chris, and start doing taking and making stuff, then it's fine.
We're
But
fine.
you know what I mean? If in
Moderation.
boundaries, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's really good. And just one more question for me. Do they put extra money in your budget every year, or do you have to ask them if you need extra funds? Like, what happens when you get that annual review?
Well, you get so much.
change and stuff.
Yeah, you have to. If you get change of circumstances, then they put more money in it, Chris. But if you haven't got change of circumstances, I think it's the same amount each time.
Each time, yes.
So we try and get as much out of it as possible.
I know in the past we have saved local authority money because we pay. I supported a lot of young gentlemen that attended a college in Hartlepool, and they used to pay a company to pay the college, and we didn't charge them, so we saved them a fortune throughout the year because we paid the college fees for them through our finance department. So we've saved Hartlepool loads of money doing that for them.
Yes, that's true.
Very good. Good message, that. Rachel?
Plus, Chris, you have to
Yes,
have a good, you have to have a good team around you, you see, like your nurse and your management and whoever you work with, because then you know what your capabilities are.
You have got a very good team around you there, haven't you? Like
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
nurse,
you've got the
very
best.
lucky
Yeah,
there.
brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant, Chris, it is.
Dimensions are good.
Yeah, Rachel's very.
Yeah, shall I go? Yeah, so again, picking up on what Karen asked then, and I see so many people that are given a budget that their life has to fit into and around, and sometimes that may not be enough. It might be the original budget, or it could be at review when you need maybe a little bit more in the future as people get either get older or things get a little bit more difficult and you need some more money. And I was wondering, Angie, if using things like the grids to be able to show the social worker we're needing more support around these particular things, and actually the budget needs to go up for the following year because of these things. What sort of ways do you use the grids?
Hartlepool actually use the 24/7 grid. They use it within the local authority and assessing people and things. Because a lot of the lads I support just come out of college, so obviously we work together with Hartlepool to show what they wanted to do coming out of college, what activities they wanted to do on the 24-hour grid. So it works really well, and that they use it anyway, Rachel. I mean, when you first came, Jim, we didn't get the hours that we really wanted, but we made that budget work for Jimmy to bring him out of hospital using we actually paid Dimensions Bar to just check and just Roman to put in Jimmy's flat with Jimmy's permission to see what support and what he was doing in his flat and what support you were going to need, didn't we, Jim? And then we did the walkie-talkies, we did create the come down with me so it would work for all of them, because you and Aunt hardly haven't got any hours, have they?
Oh, no.
So it works really well.
So I love the come dine with me. Absolutely love that idea.
We do that every week.
Monday to Friday.
Jimmy's on a Friday. Take away on a Saturday.
Sounds good to me.
Take
away Saturday, guys. Yes.
Laura, hand up.
Thank you. Morning, guys. It's really, really interesting hearing about how you're making your ISF work for you. Thank you for sharing it with us. I was wondering whether you'd be able to tell me a bit more about how you've used technology-enabled care to increase your independence and use less direct support, or use direct support differently, that in a way that works better for you, either generally, Angie, if you've got other examples, or specifically for the situation that we're talking about right now for these guys.
Well, we tried the walkie-talkies first, but I wasn't answering because I wasn't getting out of bed. So, if that was knocked on the head, so we had to find something else. Then,
so we've got Alexa.
We've got Alexa. I fell in Macmullen. She said,
get up.
Alarm, and if I don't get up, she plays Irish music, so I have to get up and turn it off to get out of bed.
That's true, sir.
So that went better. Then our internet shares 3 flats, so then we can share that, and then we can share the car, you see. So we do as much sharing as we can, and it saves hours. Then we can put them back in the pot.
Alexas
Yeah.
work really well for medication prompts and stuff as well, for setting alarms throughout the day. We have used Alexas a lot. You don't get 24 hours apart, do you? And you live in a rough area of Hartlepool, so we put a ring doorbell and things up and stuff like that for security.
Yeah.
Keep eye on the
Use
car
that.
and stuff, and we
Yeah.
for when we're going out the property as well. So they
Sorry,
know
did you
where
say
we're
that
going.
one more time? About
Ring
going out the
door-
property? Yeah.
Ring doorbell and Alexas.
Oh, brilliant. That's really helpful. I can imagine that's been very good, actually, the Ring doorbell for security.
Yeah.
And it gives you
Yes.
more confidence in your family as well, that you're
Yeah.
knowing who you're letting in. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
Welcome.
And you pay for all that out of your budget, your My Support money, all the little bits of tech like that.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think we
Yeah.
put out of our budget, Chris, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And I think Dimensions does some work with just checking as well, don't they? I think with
Yeah,
just
just
checking involved
Just
as well.
checking's really good as well. We put it in somewhere else, not with Jimmy and Michael, where he was a working night, and we've pulled the working night out and put a sleepover in because he didn't need that support. So it showed you the movements during the night and what staff was doing and where they were going, and he didn't need the working night to put a sleep in.
And did
And you
that
did
come
cheaper for
from,
'em.
sorry,
Don't know. Yeah.
sorry, did that come from yourselves as the providers, or did that come from the local authority to encourage that just checking?
Sometimes they'll pay for it and sometimes they don't. So we bought our own. Dimensions bought their own, Laura.
Okay.
And we're
And how did
closely
you
with just
feel-
room and just checking.
And was that for Jimmy or Michael? Which
Jimmy
one
had it when he first moved in to make sure we were getting his support right. And where
How
he
did you
needed
feel
the
about that,
support.
Jimmy? Did you feel a bit uncomfortable just being left with a tracking device?
The first couple of days I did, because I thought it was spying on me, but it wasn't. I thought it was a camera, but just being daft again. But after that, I didn't even know it was there after a couple of days.
Oh, that's
So it was
good.
brilliant.
And your circle of support around you, they supported the use of just checking as well, did they?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I
Thank you.
mean, obviously, with someone who hasn't got capacity, you have to check with the circle of support, the 1.2 rep. Obviously, you need to let staff know, so they don't sit about.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But
Thank
it worked
you.
really well. We went from a working night to a sleepover and assessed what Jimmy needed and what times a day he needed when he first moved back.
And staff were happy to have that reduced
Yeah.
down as well.
Yeah, because the note's better for the person they're supporting. They're going to have more in the budget to get out and do stuff.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Lindsay.
Morning, everyone. Thank you so
Morning.
much for this. This has just been incredible. So I work for BCP Council, which is at the other end of the country from you. So we're in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole. First question for you is which football team do you support?
Middlesbrough.
That's
Oh, I
us.
was going to say my family are avid Sunderland supporters, having lived, most of my family lived in and around Sunderland for many years. But anyway, we don't need to go into that then. And the next question for you. So BCP, we haven't embarked on our ISF journey yet. We're just putting together a pilot and it's all coming together. And I was just wondering how you guys would feel, whether you could do like a little video or something, or maybe you have that already, because I think to hear this, people in and around BCP and social workers and everything else, and people that are going to be hopefully receiving an ISF going forward, how would you feel about coming to talk to them, or maybe putting together a video that we could share, anything like that, or you may have something already?
Yes, we have. We've done that on video, but Chris, if you want to get the details, we could do it over the teams coming in for the council and stuff, for the social workers and that, couldn't we?
Yeah, that's right. So Michael and Jimmy, they do informal work for us through Self-Directed Futures as our trainers. Yeah. So they would come along and do sessions through our contract with BCP. We could include multiple sessions with them to get everybody to hear the story, because obviously it's amazing. So it just makes it all more, well, it is real, obviously, but it just makes it, for people that haven't actually looked at all of that yet, it just makes it so much more real.
So that would be fabulous. Thank you very much.
No
Do I come
bother.
through to you then, Chris, for this?
Yeah,
or-
absolutely. Yeah. That's all factored into the new contract thing we're working out with you at the moment. So yeah,
Thank you, and thanks again, guys.
No problem,
Welcome,
Lindsay.
no bother, problem.
thank you. Simon.
Yeah, I suppose this isn't a question, although you guys might want to comment on it. It was just when we invented this stuff 30 years ago, actually, almost exactly in Glasgow. One of the big things that I noticed was that the whole process of being clear what your money is and being clear that it was really the person's money really encourages staff to be responsible. And you've talked about that a little bit in the way you were doing it, but I think some of the questions are almost like coming from that perspective where people have stopped trusting providers. And I suppose I just wanted to make this point that this is really a really powerful vehicle for improving trust in every direction. Because, you know, if you're a member of staff and if you're any good, or if you're a service provider and if you're any good, you want to do the best by people and you want to make sure that the budget works for people. And I think sometimes commissioners either don't believe that or it's not crossed their minds that that's a natural human thing. And we take it away when we create systems that don't trust people, then people fight back in a way, like their behavior changes. So so it's really a point I'm making. You might want to comment it or you might not, but I just think it's having it be clear that it's your money is one of the most powerful things you can do to just get everybody on the same page and everybody working in a productive way. Disguising the money, treating people like children, treating disabled people like children, and treating staff like children is a way of killing trust and of reducing creativity and reducing a sense of responsibility. I think this is what commissioners really need to be aware of. Sorry, I'm standing on a soapbox. I'll get off.
No, you're right there, Simon, because I've got a Michael works for the council, you see. He gets his money from the council, so when Michael needs to buy something, he has to ask his social worker, and then he has to go to the social worker, has to go to his appointee. So by the time he gets it, it's 4 weeks, 6 weeks down the line sometimes. You know, so well, I'm luckily I've got my own bank account, so I don't need to. I can just ask my manager and then go and do it, you see. So it's a lot easier for me, I think. Well, I don't know how Michael feels about it. How do you feel about it, Michael?
Well, it's half and half really.
Half an hour.
Yeah. True. Because it'll take a while.
Right. Anne-Marie, do you want to come in as well?
Yes, thanks, Chris. Absolutely fantastic. And really, it's just to get back on Simon's soapbox, which is by creating that circle support. I mean, we call them care hubs. You get some creativity in there, which is just remarkable. And actually, as Simon says, it's a pretty trustworthy space. In fact, it's a very trustworthy space, and we've done a lot of them for a long time. And you get some remarkable, as they've demonstrated, remarkable results, which is really, really powerful, and definitely achieving outcomes. I think that's the difference here, is that you're looking at funding achievement of outcomes rather than the time and task models that we all know. Yeah.
Very good.
So, thank you very much.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Oh, Danny.
Sorry if I seem like I'm jumping on the soapbox as well, but there is sometimes models of like in supported living that currently don't use ISFs, but as long as they consider whether people will get on and compatibility of the other people sharing the supported living, it's a perfect example. But in some supported living scenarios where they just look at the diagnosis, that isn't helpful. So it's just amazing to see when people think about the funding method and the characteristics of the people that they're putting in, it really helps. So I'm just happy to see that there is definitely some hope at the end of the tunnel for me within the northeast at least. So yeah.
Well, that's how me and Michael first met, because me and Michael, we were in supported living. So that's how I first met Michael, and we've been friends ever since, and get on great.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I was meaning like in my area, the only ones that have been offered is like not anything that's very much like the only thing that I had in common was the diagnosis. No shared interest, whereas you at least you both enjoy football, so you can talk about like rivalry between the teams, so that's really nice to hear.
Yeah.
I'll let other people speak.
Thanks,
Thank you
Danny.
so much, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. Laura.
Hi, thank you. Another question, Andy, for you. How would you say the scalability of this is for in terms of you as dimensions? Does it require more staffing? Is it a more expensive model?
No,
Or?
it doesn't require more staffing. No. I think it's just it's training the staff in the induction about the My Support money, to be able to support the lads and empower them. So it's we're doing training at the minute, aren't we, with our L&D department. We're doing a full new training package for support workers.
Okay, so you'd
around
say
the-
more it's just about doing things differently rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
it being more time consuming, for
Yeah.
example. Okay.
Yeah.
And would you say, building on the point I think Anne may have made earlier, that staff and Simon, that staff actually find it more fulfilling and it's an enriched working experience, or is it just it's as good as the old alternative
No,
model?
the staff love it, don't they?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
like supporting them, coming up with ideas, and they're thinking about this ideas out the box and assistive tech and stuff.
Because sometimes the staff have ideas that we don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we like it's like brain thingy, innit?
Yeah.
Like where you do that brain when you
Yeah, it's empowering the staff as well.
Yeah.
And getting them involved.
Okay, thank you.
no problem.
Rachel.
Lovely. Another question, if I can, Jimmy and Michael, and that's about you've used an individual service fund for supported living, and there are people thinking about not necessarily enjoying their day services, and that's where perhaps they get collected from home and go 20 miles on a bus to a day service 5 days a week, week in, week out, month in, month out. Do you think having an individual service fund and being able to design your daytime activities is a good idea?
Oh yeah, it's miles better, because that's what we do on a Saturday. If the football's not on, me, Michael and Anthony go out in my car and we go to different places.
Went to York Saturday.
So like we plan our week around what we're doing, you see. So on a Saturday we sometimes have a free day. So we ask the staff if they know any places, and then me, Anthony and Michael like
share our hours
and we go out for the day.
Yeah.
So it's miles
better.
Miles better.
And also, Rachel, I bet you the money the local authority pay on the buses that pick the people up, the day service. So I know when we've just brought a lot of my lads out of college, it's cheaper now not to pay for college and pay for them or what they want to do.
Yeah.
And with the budget, it's cheaper.
Cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, we found that the cost of transport going to a few of the day services here in Somerset was just under £1 million.
Yeah.
Oof, that's a lot.
And then obviously they have to pay for the day centre and stuff as well, don't they, for them to go. So it works out cheaper for them when it's all looked into.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we've got any more questions, so people are starting to drop off the call as well. So unless anybody has any other burning issues, we'll let Michael and Jimmy get on with the rest of their day. Are you doing anything fun this afternoon, guys?
Football's happening, Chris.
Right, so, that's not like you. Didn't think you like football.
It's a children that'll be going to football.
You're playing, are you?
Yeah, we play, meet our mates up at the, because what we do on the Tuesday, we pay for the gym, and then all our mates meet up again and we have like a kick about and stuff. It's quite fun, yeah.
Awesome, brilliant. Oh, well, you guys have a lovely afternoon. I think Danny just wants to come in before we go,
Yeah,
actually.
I was going to ask, for you mentioned a lot about tech-enabled care. Have you thought about any sort of offline alternatives? Because that's what concerns me about local authorities moving to tech-enabled care, is what if the internet goes down?
Well, if the internet goes down, we'll... But it hasn't went down yet, has it?
No, not yet.
Hasn't went down yet, Danny.
You can get stuff
Mate.
you can
we
get
should have a
stuff
power
that
cut, yeah.
connects remotely and
So we'll
records
put there.
offline. So that's what I was going to suggest for
Yeah.
alternatives. So yeah.
You can get it on your phone.
We haven't thought about that, have we? Because it hasn't happened yet, has it?
No. We use our data on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well,
nice to
well,
meet you.
And
Nice to meet you, Danny.
Yeah, you get better soon, mate. Take care now.
Right.
Thanks so much,
Fantastic.
everyone, for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
for
everyone.
Jimmy.
Chris. See you next
See
time,
you guys
Chris.
soon. See you next one.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye,
cheers,
guys. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.